Hello, welcome and namaste everybody. We welcome you all in our weekly family reunion of eSIP follow-up of Module 1, UHV 1. We have our sole person and co-explorer Dipesh Bhaiya with us. Welcome Dipesh Bhaiya. Namaste.
Namaste Bhaiya. Namaste. Good evening. Welcome to all. Gee. My screen is visible, I think, Bhaiya. And our voice is audible properly, isn't it? Gee. So, namaste. Good evening. Welcome to this session on eSIP. Every Wednesday, we have from 7:30 to 8:30. So, we have been talking about, rather discussing about the other feelings in relationships, where we were discussing about some of the issues pertinent to this content, like the ragging issues, the cooperation and the collaboration, competition between the students, the gratitude versus ungratefulness, and the issue of seeing infatuation as love and not able to understand the feeling of love. So some part of this have been taken in the last session. We have seen in the last session, like the interaction and ragging we have seen in the last session. Probably excellence also we have discussed to an extent in the last session. So in case you have any clarifications or questions regarding to that, we can take it up. If you wish to ask questions, you can hand raise, or mic has been provided to you. You can unmute and speak also. So just to recap, we have seen the feeling of affection, which is the feeling of being related to the other, or the acceptance of the other as my relative. Right. When I have the feeling of affection, I have the responsibility and commitment for mutual fulfillment in the relationship. Right. And if I'm not able to see the feeling of affection, I might have the feeling of opposition or jealousy, which are indication of the absence of affection. And we have seen that this feeling of affection we have started seeing the feeling of affection from my immediate close relatives, maybe starting from my mother in the family, from the parents, or my siblings. Then I can expand that feeling to my friends, to my relatives, maybe to my neighbors, colleagues, so that I have the feeling of being related to other with these people outside my blood relations also. Right. Then we discussed about interaction and ragging. Where we have seen that interaction between the students is needed. But if we check whether the feeling of interaction, if it is going to the level of ragging, is it naturally acceptable to you also, right? Then we spoke about the acceptance for excellence. Excellence is being, is it being about to be better than the other, or is it something else? And we have seen that it's something else. And we just asked, what is the program for excellence? Is it through competition or collaboration? And we have seen that it is through collaboration rather than competition. So when we are competing with the other, we may not be comfortable within ourselves, isn't it? Are able to see that when we are competing with the other, we are not feeling comfortable with the other. And if you look at the class, the ambience in the class, that also might not be a conducive environment. And why do we do this program of competition? If you ask, maybe we are preconditioned from our childhood, from our teachers, from our parents, from our friends. That is the program for excellence. So that precondition might have deeply engraved in each one of us from the community, from the existing preconditioning in the society. And we don't take effort to validate that. And we all accept that preconditioning. And since we don't do the self-exploration, it starts getting communicated from one generation to the other, that this is the program for excellence. And on the other hand, we don't understand what is excellence also. So if you look at excellence, excellence is to understand harmony and live in harmony at all the levels of being. At the level of being individual, as a member of family, as a member of society, as a unit in nature and existence. So this is what is excellence about. So when I started living in harmony and in excellence, I'll be having the continuity of happiness within me. And we have seen that making effort for excellence and competing with each other are not the same thing, isn't it? They are different. And how they are different? In the case of excellence, one helps to bring the other to his level. Whereas in competent, one hinders the other from reaching to his level. Isn't it? Because he or she wanted to be in the top and wanted to be remaining at the top because he or she thinks that that is what excellence is about. And mostly, when we consider excellence to be only the skill development, this might happen also. But if you ask, is excellence only about the development of skills? We can see that it is not so. So that's why, to understand that, we have asked this question: how many students in a class can understand, and how many students can come first in class? If you have any sharings, or if you have any questions regarding the content of excellence, you can share. We can have a discussion on that because this is important. Are you able to see the difference between working for excellence and working for competition? Right. So in the case of excellence, if you take the example of the class itself, all of the students can understand the content, whereas only one or two can be at the level of top. And that doesn't mean that the other have not understood the concept. And if you look at the evaluation systems, what we have, we can see that mostly we are evaluating on the memory aspects, what we have learned from the textbooks. And it is a little bit lacking in the evaluation system in that sense. Because the evaluation is not being done at the level of understanding. In a class, if at all, there is a effort of collaboration rather than competing with each other, we can see that the ambience of the class, the energy of the class itself might change. Can we imagine a group of students working for understanding the content or the concepts taught in the class rather than competing with each other to become the topper? So at the end of the course, each one of the students might have a grasp of the concepts, what is being taught in the class. And as a natural outcome, when they write exam, it will be reflected in their marks, and maybe one or the other might become the topper in the class. So rather than working to be the topper of the class, the students then will be working for the understanding part, and then as a natural outcome, one of them will become topper. And that is just a number which shows his grade. But if you look at from the perspective of a prospective employer who is trying to select one of the students, he or she might be able to clearly see that apart from the marks, the students are having the understanding of the concepts, what is being expected out of the course. Are you able to reflect upon this? Right. And one more point to be noted here is that when we say excellence, it is about understanding harmony and living in harmony. The skill part is only a small part of what we call it as excellence. Are you able to see this? Is there any sharings? Is there any reflections? If you would like to, you can speak in the mic. Yes. Right. So we did a comparison of excellence in competition. In excellence, we can see that the other is like me. Whereas in competition, I have a strong feeling to be above the others. I want to be at the topper. The effort is only to become at the level of top, irrespective of whether I do understand or not. And it is a relative, isn't it? In excellence, we are complementary, whereas in competition, we are opposed to each other. When we say complementary, what it is mean is that if I am having more understanding in something, I have the responsibility to bring someone who is having lower competence than me to my level. That's the feeling of complementarity and working for complementarity. And you can see when I'm working for complementarity, there is respect in the relationship. There is trust, which is already ensured in the relationship. When I'm working for excellence, I have a feeling of relationship. Whereas when I'm working for competition, there is a feeling of opposition. In excellence, one helps the other to come to his level. Whereas in competition, one hinders the other to come to his level. And there'll be effort to accentuate the difference, to dominate, to manipulate, to exploit. Isn't it? And in the case of excellence, one operates on the basis of his natural acceptance, and that is definite, and that is true for everyone. Whereas in competition, one operates on the basis of his assumptions. And these assumptions keep on changing based on the situations, based on the conditions, based on the geography, etc. Even the assumptions in one person can change on a day-to-day basis also, based on what is the input he is getting from the outside. Isn't it? In excellence, one rightly evaluate oneself. Whereas in competition, there could be over-evaluation, under-evaluation of oneself and the other. In excellence, self-referential and has a holistic view where I am referring to myself. I am rightly evaluating myself. I am referencing myself. Whereas in the case of competition, the reference is the other. And we might have a piecemeal approach. In the case of excellence, there is a definite completion point, whereas in the case of competition, there is no definite completion point. Isn't it? Right. So this is the differences between.
Sorry to interrupt here.
Yeah, please go ahead. There is no need of saying sorry. You are always welcome to put your reflections there.
Thank you. This one, the last point, absolute and relative. I'm bit.
Yes.
Please, could you please repeat it?
Yeah. So by actually, when we say absolute or definite completion point, when we are working for excellence, we know that the completion of right understanding is the completion point there, right? So it will be reflected in me in terms of continuity of happiness. Whereas in the case of competition, if you look, so when I'm trying to become special, I'm trying to become topper, then I have this exam at this point. Once I achieved that, I have another thing, which is another 10 things which I can see in front of me as the completion point. So when I am in the 10th grade, then I have the completion of the 10th grade. Once I pass the 10th grade, I can see the 12th grade. When I work for the 12th grade, I'm assuming that I'll be comfortable in the 12th grade. I work for that with a sense of competition. Once I complete the 12th grade, I'm seeing another 10 more things. And it goes on because it is relative. If I'm having that sense of competition, even at my last stage of life also, I may see some targets, which is again far beyond me. So there is no definite completion point. This is what is being proposed here. Bhaiya.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you very much. Actually, now I can understand that competition is endless.
Yes. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you. Right. So if you look at the level of competition and collaboration, our perception depends on our worldview. And what is our worldview? And the worldview is not definite, right? It may be based on the conditioning existing in the current time, right? Probably the current worldview is that there is struggle for survival and survival of the fittest. Or it can be that there is relationship of mutual fulfillment in nature. So we just have to reflect upon what is the current worldview, what is the assumption which is prevailing as a preconditioning in the society right now. Are we seeing that only the people who struggle are emerging as the fittest or as a successful person? Or am I able to see the relationship which leads to mutual fulfillment at the level of nature also? This is something very, very simple question, which is a very deep and profound question also. What is your thoughts on that? Right. Any sharings or reflections from our participants here? And we may ask ourselves, when does our understanding grow better? Is it when we help the other understand? Or is it when we try to understand in isolation? Or when we oppose or misguide the other? We can, if with little introspection, we can see that our understanding grow better when we help the other understand. Isn't it? And if you look at the people who are around us, with the right understanding, we can see that each one of us can handhold the other to grow better, provided we are able to have the right understanding, whether if we are able to work for right understanding, or when we are able to do the self-exploration, isn't it? So rather than when we try to understand in isolation, our understanding grow better when we help the other understand and work in collaboration. If at all you have anything to share, anything to reflect upon, or ask any questions with regard to this, you may please. It would be nice if few of us could interact, have some interactive discussions, so that each one of us can learn from each other one, right? So that possibility is also there. And that is what we are discussing here right now. Like, when is our understanding growing better? Isn't it? Right. So when we see the naturally acceptable feeling of reverence or Shraddha, it is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. And what is this excellence? We have already mentioned that it is to understand harmony and live in harmony at all the 4 levels of our being, which include the level of individual, as a member of family, as a member of society, and a unit in nature and existence. So when I have the completeness of right understanding, I have the continuity of happiness within me, and that we say as excellence. So when someone has taken effort and has reached at the level of continuity of happiness, then I have the feeling of reverence to him because he has reached excellence. Now he has the continuity of happiness within him. Isn't it? Now, again, it has to be understood that excellence is in terms of right understanding and right feeling. It is different from skill. The skill can be a small subset of what we say as what we propose as right understanding and right feeling. That's why we say, of course, while working for excellence, learning skills is far more easy. Are we able to see this? Now, if you try to reflect, we have few questions here. You want to be excellent or to be special that is different from the other? What do you think? It would be nice if some of you can put the answers in chat also. You want to be excellent or to be special? If it is excellent, you can put E. If it is special, you can put S in the chat. What are your thoughts on this? G, I'm seeing the response as yes. which may be pointing to the excellent, I think, right? Thank you. So if you think about you can see that you want to be excellent. What about the other? The other wants to be excellent or other wants to be special. What do you think? Now that we have understood respect, we know that as per the purpose program in potential, the other is similar to me. Yeah. So the response I get is the other thing to be special. So we can reflect upon the first question. If I want to be special or I want to be excellent, if I am able to see that I want to be excellent rather than be special, then I can see that the other also want to be excellent because the other is similar to me. Maybe if at all I have not understood what is excellence, then I might want it to be special. If I am able to see that the other is similar to me, then I won't have the feeling to be special. Because when I want to be special, I try to differentiate the other. I want to be better, show that I am better than the other. But when I'm working for excellence, I may not be differentiating the other because it is not naturally acceptable to differentiate. And when I'm differentiating the other, there is disrespect in the relationship also. So when I work for excellence and not to be special, I can see that the other also want to be excellent rather than for becoming special or unique. Nemani Saujanya ji has said that want to be special, other things to be special. Why do you say so, Didi? Ji?
So, Ji Bhaiya.
Yeah.
Whether I think that, I'm comparing my life with the other. So I think that I am very good daughter-in-law. So my family is happy with me. So my co-sisters or some of the family members, they think differently. So it is okay. And from other side, for the second point, so other co-sisters or some are very beautiful while making makeup, but I won't make that. But I think that they are okay, they are beautiful because they suits for themselves. So this is for mine. So I doesn't compare with that type of nature. So I used to their lifestyle is that itself. So I'll accept it. So this is the two examples I would like to give. Bhaiya.
Ji. So let's try to look upon this example in terms of excellence. So what we propose here is that excellence is about the understanding part. So when we say understanding or the feeling is there in the self or body. It is in the self, isn't it? Yes.
Self.
Okay. So, but when we refer to the other in terms of the bodily features like maybe the charm or the beauty, or like anything related to body, can we see that they are related to the body, and at this point of time it may be there, maybe sometime later it may not be there, the same charm, isn't it? If you think with respect to body.
bhaiya.
Right. So if at all we are comparing two people with respect to the body, it need not lead us to the continuity of happiness. It may not lead us to continue of understanding also, because it is related to the body, isn't it? Rather, if you look at both the people, your co-sisters or your other sister in the relatives, in terms of the self, so am I able to have a better clarity of understanding in terms of right understanding and right feeling within me, then I can see that the other is also similar to me, and they are also working. Maybe if at all they have the values, they also might be working for understanding and ensuring feelings, right feelings in themselves, like trust, respect, etc. Isn't it?
Yes, bhaiya.
So when I am working for the right understanding and the right feelings within me, and if they are also working for right understanding and right feeling within them, then I can see that we work for excellence. We work for mutual fulfillment in the relationship. In that context, I may not try to be special of them, as separate from them, as better than them, because I am seeing that the other is also similar to me in terms of my purpose, program, and potential.
Okay, bhaiya.
G. So when you work in that sense, we will be mutually fulfilling. So we may not be differentiating each other.
Okay.
Rather, I will try to collaborate with the sister-in-law also.
Okay,
Isn't
bhaiya.
it?
Okay. So the second point which I have told that I am differentiating. That's
Yeah.
bhaiya?
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of that, you can see that the other is also working for right understanding and right feeling in them. So other is also similar to me. So they are also not working for special. But whatever you said might be correct if they are not having effort, taking effort for right understanding and right feeling, then they may try to become special than the others.
Okay.
And they may try to differentiate. And in the relationship, whether it will be naturally acceptable feelings or not, there will be disrespect, because I wanted to be better than the other, isn't it? I want to show that I am better than the other, I am good than the other,
Okay.
isn't it?
Bhaiya, 1 minute, Bhaiya. So if I and my co-sister, so we all are gathering an occasion. So the second point is relevant to that, sir, Bhaiya.
Yes, I mean,
So
when
we
you
are all happy, and I am in. I am also thinking the same way to attend the party. So they are also thinking like that, attending the party. So, so gathering that occasion, is that example is suitable for second point, Bhaiya?
it is not about gathering for the party. It is about the understanding while you are gathering for the party, while you are being in the party, how you see the other.
Okay.
How are you interacting with the other? If you are able to interact with the other with the feeling of respect, that means you are able to see that the other is also similar to me in terms of purpose, program, and potential, because they also are aiming at happiness in them. I am also aiming at happiness within me.
Okay, Bhaiya.
So we both are aiming at the same thing.
Same thing,
So we can see that the other is similar to me. So if at all I am able to see that other is lacking in competence in some way, without disrespecting, differentiating, I will help him to have that understanding within him. That's it. No differentiation, no disrespect.
Okay.
And the other will feel respectful in your company. We are mutually fulfilling. And on the other hand, the other is able to see that you are lacking in some level of competence, and the other will help you in improving your competence. That's it. No differentiation, no disrespecting, no feeling that I am better or inferior than the other. I just help the other to improve his competence. That's it. So that with the feeling of respect, I can interact with the other.
Okay.
We are both,
Okay.
our relationship is mutually fulfilling. We love each other's company. If I'm trying to show that I'm better than the other, there will be disrespect immediately.
Okay.
There will be ego coming play that, oh, he is trying to outplay me. Then what should I do to outplay him?
Okay.
So that spirit, competitive spirit will come in the relationship, isn't it?
Okay. Okay. Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya.
This is what we are proposing.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Bhaiya. Okay. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Didi, for that nice
you.
discussion.
Okay. Thank
Hope
you.
it is clear to you, I think.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Some clarity has come to you.
Yes, Bhaiya. If I do practice, so I can clearly understand.
Very nice.
Now it is very nice, Bhaiya. I understood. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Very nice. So when I am working for excellence and the other is also wanting to be excellent, then can you see that we jointly make effort for excellence rather than to compete? So just like the discussion we had with Nemani Didi. So I can see that I wanted to be working for excellence rather than to be special. Similarly, the other also wants to be excellent. So we are jointly making effort for excellence rather than to compete to be special. So the next question is, which feelings are essential for teamwork to take place? And this is very important in current scenario where most of the activities are happening as a teamwork. Let's say, for example, there is some event which is happening in the college, right? So there will be different teams collaborating for the successful completion of that program or event, right? So there may be some people who will be working at the level of implementation of maybe preparation of the stage. There may be some people who will be working for the arrangements of food. There will be some people who will be, some group who will be working for maybe the invitation of the guest, invitation of the other participants. There may be another group who will be taking care of the accommodation of the participants. There may be another team who will be working for the transportation of the participants. So there may be different teams working together, right? And in each team, there will be more than 1 or 2 team members also involved, right? And when we are working in a team, if we are working with a sense of competitiveness, how will be the energy in the team? I wanted to show that I am better than the other within the team. I want to show to my principal that I am taking the whole responsibility on my shoulders and get things done, right? And the other hand, the one team might be having a feeling of competition with the other teams. I consider my team as the most important team, and I want to show the management that we have done the most important work, the most perfect way, right? And this is one way of doing it. And another way is about collaboration, right? So within the team, I am working assuming that the other is similar to me with respect, trust with my team members. How beautiful it would be to work in that team, isn't it? And between the teams are collaborating for the purpose of successful completion of the event. That's it. There is no effort for becoming or showing that my team is the better team or I am better than the other. Nothing. The objective, the sole objective is for the completion of the work. Single point of objectiveness. Right? So which way of working would you think will be better? And which feelings are essential? Is it the feeling of the trust, respect, the feeling of affection, etc., the naturally acceptable feelings, or the feeling of competition, which will be happening, which will be needed to work in a team? Are you able to reflect upon this? Any reflection on that? And which feelings are essential for taking help in understanding from others? Right? Yeah. It is saying naturally acceptable feelings. Nice. So, which feelings are essential for taking help in understanding from others? So, if I'm able to see that the other is similar to me, and the only difference is in terms of competence, right? Then I will not differentiate the other. I will not disrespect the other, right? I'm able to see that the other is similar to me. The only thing is that I take the help from the other if the other is having more competence than me. So if these right feelings are not ensured within me, I may feel hesitant to take the help from the other. Because I am presuming that everyone is trying to be special, trying to show that they are better than the other. Isn't it? So when we are able to ensure these naturally acceptable feelings within ourselves, then and then only we will be able to take help in the understanding from the other. Isn't it? Right. So yeah, very nice. Kunwar is saying, I would like to request you to please share the PPT. Where these PPTs are available in the website UHV.org.in in resources, right? Or else I am putting my number here. You can message me if you didn't get. I'll send you in WhatsApp. I shared my number. In case if you didn't get the PPTs from UHV.org.in, I'll give you that. Please remind me if you didn't get. Very nice. Okay. So far we have discussed about excellence as the completion of the right understanding and the right feelings, and the feeling of reverence which I have for those who have achieved excellence. Now we will try to see the next naturally acceptable feelings, which is the gratitude, which we call it as kritanyata. Right? So gratitude is the feeling for those who have made effort in terms of providing help in the process of my development, right? So I have this feeling for all those people who have made effort in my development of excellence. So when you see here, the co-explorers here, the students here, they are all here because they are taking this time for the self-development or their work towards excellence. That is why they are here spending their time and effort, isn't it? Right? So similar to this, you might be taking a lot of effort for your development towards excellence. The skill part being a small part, right? So there is a much larger arena of working for right understanding and right feeling. And if you are able to see the innumerable number of people who were taking effort, who are taking effort for the right understanding and right feeling in yourself, then you have the feeling of gratitude to all of them. It could be in terms of providing the physical facility for me. It could be the effort for ensuring right understanding and right feeling within me. For all those people, I have the feeling of gratitude. Are you able to see the innumerous number of people who have taken effort for the providing physical facility at least all along our life? How about our parents? How about our teachers, starting from my primary school teachers? Have they taken effort in one or the other way to ensure right understanding and right feeling within me and provided physical facility also? Ji Suryakanji, namaste. Your mic is unmute. You want to say something? Suryakanji, I'm not able to hear it from your side. Suryakanji, you want to share something? Your mic is unmute. Maybe by mistake. Ji Nemani Ji, you can share. Your mic is unmute.
For everything who have helped us or who have given us something else, but we have to give some sort of gratitude. So no problems. I have a doubt, Bhaiya. So if we have done a teamwork, so only one have to tell that I only a single person have done those work. So other people may get some discouragement, no, sir. So what about that? Even not in a single term. So I'm giving one example. So the teamwork which was given for the 3 members in our college. So only one is the leader. Might be she is a leader. Okay, and one of the sir also involved in this. So myself, I also involved. So 3 members have done the work. So we have done the teamwork. So but the what I got. So she only got the merit. So she only tell that I have done the work. So this presentation was only by me. So it is not a correct thing, I think. Even though if she involved both of us also, it will be good for all. So if we have done the teamwork, we have to prove, tell to the team, no sir.
Ji.
If we have, ji bhaiya. So where is the trust? There is no trust. So we are. So I have some sort of disturbance in that.
Definitely. So, see, in this context, I am able to see that the other is lacking competence in herself, and that is why she is not able to ensure the feeling of respect between the team members, isn't it? When, if at all she is exploring herself and she is able to see the feelings of trust and respect, then naturally she may not do it that way, isn't it? So her action or the behavior is a clear indication that she is lacking in competence in some or the other way. So what I can do probably is, with a sense of relationship or the complementarity feeling, I can discuss with her, like, to have the understanding. So probably there can be different programs for that. One program could be asking her to attend a workshop like this, so that she will have the understanding right from the human being to the level of existence. Right? So when she is also exploring, and your other team member is also exploring, what do you think? Will they be doing the same thing with you if at all they have the understanding? No, right? They may not be doing. Isn't it? So it is because of the lack of understanding in them that they are doing so. So your program could be to first to ensure the right feelings within yourself, and the next thing could be to help her to have the understanding, provided the other is assured of you. If at all the other is assured of you, then only they will listen to what you are saying. They will observe your conduct and see whether you are in harmony. Then only they will listen to you. They will be open to you. So one thing is to reflect on ourselves, whether I have the right understanding and the right skill. And the next part is to help the other to have understanding. Isn't it? So in the current scenario, if you look at, many people are lacking this understanding, and because of that, it is getting reflected to work for competition, because we are brought up in a situation where we always work for competition instead of collaboration. I always want to show that I am better than the other. Our evaluation system in terms of team members are actually pointing to how you are doing better than the other. So differentiate than the other. That culture of the workplace is also somewhat like based on the preconditionings. So let's assume that you are becoming a team leader in a kind of team. You can ensure the sense of relationship among the team members, isn't it? And then there will be harmony in the team. You can provide the right understanding to your team members, not differentiate, collaborate. Then there will be harmony in the team. Right now, it is not there because there is lack of understanding. Isn't it?
Even if we go in a calm state also, it might be a problem for us also, I think so.
You have to look upon that.
We will we will discuss with her. So why this is a teamwork. So teamwork means we all have to, we have done the work. So you have to present that this work has done by her, so this work has done by him. So we three members have done the work as properly like that. If she said, it will be good for all of us. But if she said only my effort, it was 98%, I have done the work. So what we feel, we can't.
This happened. That happened. And then what happens next time? Next, see, the problem is when somebody is trying to do that, then next time I would not prefer to work with him in the team. Is that true? Because I'm not comfortable with him because he's differentiating, disrespecting. So next time I may not work with him. So he also might be uncomfortable going forward. But he may see that you are comfortable, maybe as a person, because you are working for right understanding. To a larger extent, you are able to ensure this understanding within you. So more and more time you are in harmony, then the other person also will look how she is able to do that. Then she might be open for a discussion with you. Because everybody is searching for the what you call the happiness, the peace, the satisfaction, the contentment. Maybe they are not they don't have a program for the right understanding because they don't understand it. But the moment they are able to see that, they also work for understanding, because everybody is looking for seeking for happiness. Isn't it?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Gee, very nice discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Bhaiya.
See. Okay, so now that I think the time is now 8:31, so probably we will stop here for the time being, and we will continue with gratitude in the next week Wednesday session from 7:30. Thank you so much for interacting. It was nice exploration for me also. So thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.